Hi everyone and welcome to RevMax.com. In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up and modify traffic sources inside of our self-hosted tracking platform. So those of you that are performance marketers and you're using our self-hosted tracking platform, you're most likely buying a lot of traffic from many different traffic sources. So one of the most popular features of our self-hosted tracking platform is you're able to track each traffic source and see how it's performing for a particular campaign. So to get to the screen, I'm just going to select Setup at the top and then click on Traffic Sources, and that's going to bring me right here. So you can see on my screen I've got tons of these set up in this install. They're all named right here. So we've got the source name, and if I want to modify it, I can just simply start typing in here and then go down here and click Update. If I want to add some notes, I can add them here. So you can see our Asian-based Facebook VPS with Facebook accounts on it. So, I mean, if you have multiple accounts, for example, Asian-based Facebook accounts, you can add that inside of there so you keep track of all your different traffic sources and how they perform. The note field, in my opinion, is kind of very important, especially if you're using multiple traffic source accounts. You have the status, so they're all going to be active, obviously. If you're no longer active, you can mark it to inactive, and they'll show up in your reporting. And then, of course, you can delete. So let's say maybe you got rid of an account or no longer using an account, you can delete it. Then you have this section here for tokens. You can click on this check mark. This means there are tokens set up. If it's an X, that means there's no tokens set up. So first, let's say, what is a token? Well, many traffic sources, most all of them, allow you to append macros or tokens to your campaigns. And what it does is these contain additional information to help you optimize. So RevMax self-hosted is going to track a ton of data anyways. It's going to track the manufacturer and device and ISP, carrier, and all kinds of stuff. But a lot of your traffic sources allow you to pass some of this data in as well. So I always say you can never have too much data. So the more data you have, the better optimization decisions you can make. So what you do is you can click on this here and you can set these up. So you have the first field, and this is just the name of the token. So this is what's going to show in your reports. It's only for the admin side. The end user isn't going to see this. But then you have parameter, and this is what's going to append to your links. So you want to make this small and kind of hidden. You don't want to. I don't like to mark exactly what it is in my link because this is going to be my public-facing link that everyone that clicks it's going to see it. So you can see here we call this one publisher. We use the parameter S1, and then we have the value. So this value is given to you by the traffic source because basically when we put this link inside of their system or we buy an ad in their system, it's going to replace this value with whatever that publisher is. So especially if you're buying pop-up or pop-under or redirect traffic, this is very valuable because it's going to allow you to optimize based off this publisher ID. So if you don't append this, then of course you don't know how to optimize based off of that. So it's one of the most important things in performance marketing is tracking these type of tokens. So this is where we set all that up, and then we just click Update. Now, if it's a new traffic source, you go down here and you can see we have an empty field, and of course you can add another one. But we can do just, I'll just call this video, test for video, and click Update. And then it adds, and once it adds, let me go here to the end, test for video, and you can click on tokens then, and then add it inside of here. Okay, because that's very important to have tokens if it's offered by your traffic source. I think the majority of traffic sources out there do provide tokens. I know Google AdWords, for example, they have tons of different tokens from placement to keyword to campaign ID to campaign group. So all that goes in there that you, of course, want to add. The next piece here that is important is the postback. So we can click on here. Some traffic sources, or most traffic sources, allow you to append or add a postback. And so basically this allows you, when you get a conversion, it allows you to post it back to the traffic source so it shows up in your reporting. I know this is really important for AdWords because maybe if you're on AdWords, you can actually bid for acquisition, CPA. So they've got to post back so they can optimize based on what's working and what's not for you. So this is where you would add that here, and you've got many different options. If you're not technical, then you need to read the documentation at your traffic source to see which one they use. Of course, you can always reach out to our support, and we've seen a lot of these, so we can let you know if you post it correctly. But you have the get method, the post method, head, image, iframe, and JavaScript. So you have to select the type. This here is to allow duplicates. So say if duplicate conversion is the same conversion, you're allowed to fire more than once. Most of the time you're not going to want to allow duplicates, so that's by default off. And then of course this is where you're going to paste the post back, and this is from your traffic source. So you get it from either your traffic source rep or inside of your interface. And then of course you have the active, inactive, or deleted status. So you can just select which one works best for you. We made this inactive because some people don't like to delete stuff. They just want to make it inactive, so they have it for future use. And of course, we can cascade status, meaning that it's going to update the post back in all campaigns. So if you have a campaign already set up for this traffic source and you update this here and you say to cascade it, then it's going to update across all the campaigns. If you don't, then it's just going to be in the new ones. So feel free to let us know if you have any questions on that, if that confuses you, but it's pretty straightforward. It's more if you're updating or modifying. So that's about it. That's how you, add and modify traffic sources. You can see I've got a lot here. You can do the bulk adjustments by selecting all these and going down here, and you can activate them, inactivate them, or delete them. Of course, the ads here, and then you can see which ones have tokens, which ones have postbacks, and all that good stuff. You can click on here and just look. And this is just a test, so it's got MLB postback, get yahoo.com. So again, this wouldn't be Yahoo. It would be your postback URL that would be given to you by InMobi. So that's how it's done. That's how it's set up. Traffic sources are very important though, because when you create your campaigns, it's going to start asking you, what's the traffic source? So for your most accurate reporting, you want to make sure that you set this up from the get-go and then select it so all your campaigns are in a nice, categorized, organized manner. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and let us know. But besides that, happy tracking.